Sorry. Um, I accidentally put my phone in airplane mode. Oh, nobody's watching yet. But I was trying to check if my internet was connected to my phone, and I accidentally put my phone in, hit the airplane mode, so it cut off the connection. Okay, nobody's here yet. So wait. So yes, this is my last night here in this house. Before, man, my English pronunciation is so bad. It's my first language. Say it like it's a second language to me, but I'm moving out of here. Thank goodness. I'll wait till some people come in here. I'm just gonna relax. Let's get some people joining. All right, one person in here. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally put the phone in airplane mode while I was trying to check if my Wi-Fi was connected because someone said my internet connection wasn't good or the live stream was cutting out. So, all right, Josh, yeah, I forget what I was even saying. By the way, YouTube's thumbnail system for live streams is such a pain. As soon as you click to say the title of the video and you click next to go for the thumbnail, it takes a picture instantly. And so you don't even have a chance to look at what you're taking a picture of. So usually it's way too close. It's in, like this at my forehead or my hair. And I have to always either take it again or go in, like I did with this video, upload a custom thumbnail. But what the hell, YouTube? Why is YouTube doing that? Where it doesn't matter if it's on the phone or on the desktop or laptop, it automatically takes a picture. No option to say, hey, stop, take a picture when you want. The only way to do that is if you retake it, but it doesn't give the option automatically. Who wants an automatic picture? Well, I guess they figure on people being short on time, but hey, just let people choose whether they want that or not. Have it in their options for their channel. Do you want your live stream um, to automatically take a picture or not? Hey, Josh, no, sorry, I didn't send your pictures to my mom. I know she'll appreciate it. Just I've barely seen her. I saw her today for like 10 minutes. I was moving in some stuff. Then she got a phone call, and I had to go. I thought we were going to watch a movie and film a video about it. But I'll try to. Just I get a lot of messages, and just been short on time. But thank you for that. Josh sent a video of the soup he made of my mom's most recent recipe. So I was trying to film tonight. I went to Home Depot and was going to film outside, but I couldn't get the thumbnail saved. I guess it was too big, and I had to resize it before I did. But it didn't tell me that, so I just had to guess. Anyways, I'm so glad to be out of this place. I like ceilings like that. What they've vaulted in a way. It's not a vaulted ceiling, but an archway. Right. Let's see. Oh, saying rotate device. Come on. We had like 7 or 8 people in here. Now it's only like 3 people. Yes. So sorry, I accidentally hit airplane mode on my phone and it cut out all connections. That's why the last live stream ended. The photo on my notification was your portrait photo. Right, I know. Rebecca, that's the one I picked, but it was... Anyway, I won't get into it. It's a huge hassle to pick a thumbnail for nothing. Like, they make you automatically pick one, and then you have to go in and manually choose one once the live picture is taken, and, of course, the live picture is never good. Because you don't even have a chance to look at what you're getting a picture of. You pick the title of your video, you click next to go to the thumbnail page. When you go next, it automatically takes a picture. How is that a good idea? Anyways, I've gained weight lately too. I'm surprised by that because I feel like I haven't been eating much, but anyway, so I plan on losing some weight. Yeah, Rebecca, it's not user friendly, and I accidentally hit airplane mode on my phone before. That's why I was checking my internet connection to make sure it was good, because Josh was saying that the transmission was cutting out. I was like, oh, I'll make sure I'm not on the cell phone signal. And then I accidentally hit the airplane mode button and my connection went out. Cool, 8 people in here. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I've been annoyed with my mom because she was supposed to film a video with me today, and then she just canceled last minute while I was at her house. And she was yelling the whole way. Okay, not the whole way, I'll be fair to her. But she was yelling a lot about me bringing stuff into her house. Like, oh, how are you going to bring that? Oh, how are you going to bring books in here? I fit everything perfectly because she had so much junk in my old bedroom. I got rid of my old laptop, a ton of CD jewel cases that I had, just little thin cases for CDs. Because back then I was making, doing videography and making DVDs for my clients. And I had a bunch of empty ones, like literally a pile of them, like, uh, well, okay, I had like 20 or 30 of them. I don't know. A lot of them piled up. Like, here, I'll show you. Like from here to like here. Anyways, so I threw those away, cleared a ton of dust off, and I had a bunch of room, and there's more room. So here's the stuff I'm going to be moving out. So just got some stuff I'll be taking with me. Obviously, my bag of clothes there. Books. One of those books I'm going to take with me. By the way, check this out. So I got all these cool books about movies. This is a great one, Making Movies by Sidney Lumet. This one I have yet to read. The Coffee Break Screenwriter by Pilar Alessandra. And I'm going to read that too. Oh, great. Whatever. And those I'm researching, books about bouncers. I want to write a movie about a bouncer. And I'm a bouncer, if you remember, if you know. Still haven't sold my printer, and I tried to donate it, and this nonprofit I emailed never got back to me, so I guess I'll put it in my car and drive around with it and see who I can donate it to. Maybe I'll make a video out of it. Maybe, hey, I want to give it to some poor immigrant. Like, I want to give it to a low-income immigrant around here who could really benefit from it. Nice screw you to white supremacists who are all over the news, so excited. Anyways. Not going to bring really much. I got my backpack there with some bathroom items. I got even more bathroom items. Check out my bathroom. First of all, my bathroom's like dirty right now because so much dust has been kicked up and everything. Normally I keep it very clean. But, oh yeah, I got to tell the landlord this fan, it's broken, which thank goodness it broke because it was so damn loud. It hurt my ears. So cleared out all this stuff. I'm going to be bringing those too. I cleaned up here. This is my closet. I had a nice place here, I gotta admit. Oh, I didn't realize I have a plastic bag up there. Pretty much got everything out of here. I'll be bringing my Squatty, or no, wait, EasyGo Pro. I don't want to say that other brand. A bunch of stuff I have in my car right now. There's barely any room in my car. So tomorrow I'm going to get my stuff into my mom's house and then explain to her what's going on. So stick around for that video because that's going to be real funny, real interesting. You're not going to want to miss that. Actually, be ready tomorrow because tomorrow early afternoon, like 3 o'clock Eastern time in the U.S. Still got some DVDs here. Got to put those at my mom's house. It's funny. I was thinking about where I'm moving to. Or not I'm moving to, but like the first couch I'm going to stay on. This guy has like a big plot of land where he's staying. Matt said something. I don't know what he's saying. Just a bunch of gibberish. Thank you all. 9 people here. So last live stream cut out accidentally because I hit the airplane mode button on my phone. So that cut off the connection. And anyways, the guy, he has a big plot of land. And I'll be staying in his home. He says he has a really nice home, by the way. I've known him for kind of a while. Nice guy. I told him about this plan. He already offered me a place before, but he offered me to rent. So I said, I'm not trying to rent. I'm just paying $5 a day. But I am going to stay at his place for a little while. I'm still trying to hear back from 2 other people, but that'll happen in time because I don't want to wear out my welcome anywhere. Hey, K-Dubs. Cool. So I found this guy. He's got a big plot of land. He'll let me stay in his home, and it seems like a pretty good arrangement. So I'm lucky for the location and everything. I'm going to go get a gym membership. I'm looking forward to that because I need a proper place to exercise. Matt is still typing gibberish. Is your keyboard broken? Anyways, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to pay him $5 a day, but if he's got such a big plot of land, maybe I should consider also, if I want to save money, just park my car on his land and sleep in my car. And I could say, hey, look, if you'll let me park my car here and sleep, and I won't use your shower or anything, I won't use your kitchen, nothing. I won't go into your house. I'll just park some nights if I want to save money and sleep there. Then I won't owe you any money $5. If you'll agree to let me do that, because I can go to the gym and shower. I'm sure I'm not going to want to do that, especially now that winter's coming and it's getting colder. But I'm like, hey, that's an option too, because he's real nice. So anytime, because the reason I'd want to park at his place, I don't want to park on the street and sleep because it's likely to get the police called on me. I'm very worried about the police, getting jumpy or, you know what I mean? So uh, I don't want them, bothering me. And I don't want them. And also, a lot of places it's illegal to sleep in your car, so I'd have to move my car, and that would be really annoying. And although, actually, the other thing I forgot: if I'm sleeping in his land, how do I get up to go to the bathroom at night if I'm not going to use his place? So yeah, like I was saying, probably won't end up doing that. I'll spend the $5 a night, 150 a month. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm really glad to be the fuck out of here. I'm so tired of my roommates. I don't know what I'm paying for here. So Rebecca asked, how much do I pay? $760 a month, which is a bargain around here for this room. I'm showing you now, and I'm gonna leave my bed too, which I'm annoyed about because the old bed, which was broken down and everything, I put it in my landlord's storage shed, and it got water on it, and it got mold, so it's no good. So I'm gonna leave my full size bed here, but whatever. I'm not trying to bring it with me. So you can see the space here. Got TV with a lot of channels, although the only thing I watch once in a while is TCM or the Cinemax channels. They got movies uncut. And all this space here, you see a lot of space, private bathroom. For this area could easily be $1,100 or $1,200 a month. So I'm lucky my landlord only charged me $760 a month. And I'm going to get my deposit back and not have to pay next month's rent. So that's great because I'm not going to have to worry, how am I going to avoid my credit card going over the limit? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to get enough food? So I'm really glad this worked out. K-Dub says, I used to sleep in my car. It was pretty nice. Wow, when did you sleep in your car? Yeah, I'd be willing to because I'd be glad to save the money. Yeah, it's a pain because, again, I have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Usually after about 4 or 5 hours of sleeping, I got to get up, go to the bathroom once or at least twice. So that seems real. I don't even want to reach over when I'm thirsty, and I get really weird nightmares when I am dehydrated. And I don't even like reaching from here, my bed, to right here, to the water. Because I want to rest and I feel like I'm going to wake up and not fall asleep. So I don't know how I would put up with if I'm sleeping outside, like say a Walmart, because Walmart lets you sleep in their parking lots. How I would endure getting up and going inside the Walmart to use the bathroom. I'd be miserable. Hey, it'd be a good experience. I mean, it'd be an interesting experience, but I'd be miserable. And also, if I was parking at a Walmart, I would know I have to park towards the end of the parking lot, far away from the front, because they wouldn't want that. Um, Anyways, 14 people here. Cool. I wonder what, when I touch the screen with my finger, there's a little like circle that shows up and it's like a wave popping out. I wonder if that's like a focus, like you picking which spot of the screen to focus on. I don't know why I can't just see the live chat. Like I have to touch the screen to see it, but thank goodness it's not flickering. I have no idea how to make it just automatically show. Let me see if there's another button again, but I've tried this before. Nope, not even going to try. Also, I have my obscenely long CVS receipt. I'm going to try and remember to redeem 1 or 2 of these. Oh shit. It creeps me out. The CVS I go to sometimes after work, it's in a really just, I don't mean a bad location as far as like the people around there necessarily, the neighborhood. It's just literally physically in a bad location. There are like some kind of storage units in the parking lot, so it's extremely narrow to pass through. And when you walk there, there's lots of drunk people around usually. Not lots, but there's drunk people around, stumbling around, and they don't know they're acting creepy when they're like shuffling up on you so quickly. Walking, I wanted to look back at this guy and be like, you got to stay back from me. This little guy, because he was so drunk. and he was just like hurrying up behind me, and we're the only two people outside in this dimly lit corner of the street. So K Dub's World says I slept in my car for 6 months a few years ago. I parked on the street and created a tent by tucking a blanket underneath my headrests. Wait, I'm trying to figure out the positioning on that. A blanket under the headrests? How do you get under the headrest? Like in between, like if you lift up the headrest and you got that little space there, like, and how is that a tent? Oh, I think I get it. Like if the headrest is here, if you lifted up the headrest and put the blanket in there and you covered it over you. Thrashed Fingers asks what the receipts are for. The receipts are how you get coupons from CVS. So those are a bunch of coupons there. So one or two of those I might use because everything's expensive, man. Groceries. I read an article. I don't know if this was out of date or what. It said the average like person spends $200 a month on groceries. I guess it means the average person spends a lot of money out on food because I'm like, even $200? I try not to spend a lot, and I still spend at least $250 or $300 probably on groceries a month. How is that possible? Okay, yeah, I see. K Dub's World says, yeah, I would lift up all the headrests and put the blanket in all four corners of my back seat. Wait, now I'm trying to do the math on that. I have a terrible at figuring out verbal to visual. If you put it, yeah, Mike says I spend $400 per month at the grocery store. I think I wouldn't be surprised if I spend near that. And plus food out. The good thing is eating at my job, I get half price meals. So that's kind of saving money for me because even like salmon, you get that, you want to eat healthy. That's very expensive in stores. You at least like $7 or $8. That's for a small cut of salmon. But if I get a salmon dinner at my job with vegetables and rice, when I get it half price, it's like it's everything's done, and it's like ends up being $9 or $10 total because that's half price. It would normally be like $18. Matt, what are you doing? You're typing all kinds of weird stuff. It's a bunch of gibberish. But it's good to be live streaming now. Again, tomorrow, watch, because I'm going to be filming my mom learning about my situation and how I'm moving. So I'm going to be moving in my stuff there. She finally agreed to it. But every step of the way, she's got to be questioning, yelling about it, trying to figure out what. But she has plenty of room in her house. There's a bunch of junk sprawled out across everything. All it took me was like 5 minutes to clear a bunch of it and throw a bunch of it away. And I was able to make room for a lot of stuff, and it looks a lot better now. So it's ridiculous. But thank goodness I'll be moving all that stuff. Hey, I still got a printer to get rid of. So I may just drive around, try and give it to somebody who needs it. Works great. Right there. It's in the box. And you see down there the paper next to it. That's like, I don't know how many sheets of paper. Thousands of sheets of paper. And I got my iPad somewhere over there. You see the big box I got from Home Depot tonight. This is what I'm going to put my computer in. So this is pretty cool. It's badass. Huge. See how deep that is? It's just barely, I think, deep enough to get that tower for the PC in there. So I guess it'll work. One more night. Oh, take it to Unique. Say, okay, K-Dub's World knows about this. So, K-Dubs, I got a funny story about this too. Everybody, I got a funny story about this. Oh, hey, Opiyami. I've seen you around. I remember your avatar, your profile picture. I don't remember names so well, but that's how everybody is, right? So, Unique is apparently, I think it's the largest thrift store in Virginia. So, I learned about it when I lived in... yeah, I should go there. I learned about it when I lived, and actually, I'll show you something I got from Unique. This laundry basket right there, I got from Unique. The store Unique, it's like the largest thrift store in either Virginia or at least Northern Virginia. So they got like a lot of stuff there. I should go by there sometime. It's kind of a pain to get to. the whole region, like Merrifield, in Fairfax. It's a pain to drive around, and it's miserable to drive in, especially during rush hour. I used to work around there at Enterprise Rent a Car, so driving in that region was a huge hassle. But when I lived with that 89-year-old Baptist pastor who wanted to get in the shower with me, he knew about about Unique, and he had me drive him there, and he bought that laundry basket for me. So I ended up taking it from that house. I felt a little bad about it, but whatever. He put me through so much. I still felt bad about it, even though he was so, annoying, and tried to get me to go to dinner every day. And it just annoyed me too that he wasn't like processing reality. Like, I would tell him, hey, do you understand I'm busy? He would never let the conversation veer into, oh, you work a lot, you're busy. I was working 7 days a week with 1 day off every 2 weeks, and I only lived with him for a month. I was barely sleeping. I was miserable. I was starving myself to lose weight. I lost 15 pounds that month because I was coming out of my 9 months of illness, and he even asked if I would go if he could join me in the shower, and I was like no, and he's like, I'm just kidding. Total creep. But what would happen if I brought my printer there? Would they just take it for donation? I guess that's what they would do. Um, yeah, maybe I would do that. I don't know. But like I said, I kind of feel like just giving it to someone who needs it, because so far this is how this has been working for me. Is I made the video saying I need a couch to sleep on. I got offers from around the country, around the world, really. Yeah, but K-dubs, they just take it, right? They don't pay for it. They're not buying it. That's what I'm saying. I kind of rather just give it to someone directly. And also, I'd rather get to know the people who need it. Now more than ever, I feel like it's important to help people who are needy. With all the, I won't go into a rant now. I think a lot of you know how I feel about a lot of events and hatred and bigotry and racism, and the lack of tolerance for immigrants. But I would be glad to give this to an immigrant right now who would need it, like someone who's like a kid, or I'll give it to the parent, but like the somebody who's got kids going to school. But what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I'll give the printer away. I gotta unload a bunch of stuff at my mom's house tomorrow, so I'm gonna get there kind of early to be ready to do that. So once she gets in the door, I'll already have a bunch of stuff in front of her door. Um, no, my dad's not home from rehab yet. My mom's was visiting him today, I think, but yeah, he's doing very well. So very fortunate for his age to have such a minor injury and such a good, quick recovery. But that's why I keep emphasizing exercise, eating well. How much can I say it? And I swear, it's like I have to it's like picking a lock with my mom. You have to figure out the exact code before she'll listen. And sometimes what that is, I have to show her experts who say this stuff works, because she won't believe me. But if I show her doctors and scientists of like people experts in medicine and exercise and aging and your body, if they say it, then finally she'll get it. But yeah, I got to find out what I was saying was, even though I did the video saying I want to get a couch to sleep on, what that video really did was motivated me to start talking to people about the video and about what I'm doing and protesting landlords. Hey, if everyone had affordable housing, good transportation, cheap medicine, cheap groceries, you wouldn't good paying jobs, quality jobs, good businesses, you wouldn't need to rent from a landlord, because you'd be able to afford your own home. So that's the problem with landlords. Even the good landlords are still landlords. So uh, now I feel like now I'm discovering that telling people about this is what's gotten me offers for couches. I got 2 offers for couches from talking directly to people. One person online offered me a couch. But that was someone I had to talk to directly. It's not like they just saw the video. I had to send them the video. So that's what I'm realizing. I want to interact with people more, meet them more. This will be a good excuse, because now I'm saving money on rent. I can afford to go out and be at the gym and be at libraries or places where you can study, and I'll be working on my screenplays and doing videos. Probably, I'm guessing, more live videos, because I'll be out. I think I should maybe switch to an unlimited data plan too, on my phone, since I'll be broadcasting more, I'm guessing. And I almost broadcasted out today, but I couldn't figure out that uploading a thumbnail is such a pain on live streams. When you pick the title of your YouTube live stream, you click the next button to go to the next screen to pick a thumbnail. When you go to the next screen for the thumbnail, it automatically takes a picture. Like you pick next, you click next, and it takes a picture. And the picture's terrible. Why? Because you don't even get a chance to see what you're taking a picture of. And for some reason, it's extremely cropped. So instead of like everything you see here, for some reason, thumbnail pictures, you'd only see like this much. I swear, it is so ridiculous. So you have to hold the camera way out like this just to try and get like from here to here. And then on top of that, if you want to upload a custom thumbnail, you don't just have the option. You have to let it take the picture and then click either retake or upload a custom thumbnail. So it's pathetic. I don't get why you can't just have the option to say, I don't want to automatically take a picture. Please let me choose it. Or just choose to take the picture when I want. So I'm not like trying to get the shot right before I can even see it. So it's not user-friendly at all. I'm guessing YouTube does that because they're assuming people aren't taking carefully composed thumbnails. They just want to go live that moment. But let people choose in their channel settings. Like when I go live, I don't want to automatically take a picture. Let me choose whether to take a picture. Just ask, do you want to take a picture? Do you want to upload a custom thumbnail? That's all. Simple. Idiotic decision on YouTube's part. Anyways, I'm glad I got some exercise today. Hey, I've been gaining weight, so I got to be more careful about what I eat. And I already feel like I eat so little, but I gained like, I think, I don't know, 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that. But yeah, so got to be more careful about that. But I've been exercising well. I'm glad that I'll have the money now to go to a gym, and I'll have the need to and excuse to, because I'll have the money. I'm not going to have room or anywhere. I'm not going to have my weights with me on someone else's couch. All I'm going to bring with me, someone else's couch, that laundry bag, that backpack. Everything else will be in my car. So I'll have another laundry bag for my dirty clothes. That'll be in my car. I have some books with me. This is a cool book. I'm going to be reading this because I'll need it. Pilar Alessandra, The Coffee Break Screenwriter. It's like how to write your script 10 minutes at a time. So I'm going to be studying that. I got to get back into screenwriting. I love it. It scares me because it's so difficult to, and you know, it stresses me out thinking, oh, I'm not writing anything good. But now's the time to do that and be more involved with people and take more chances. When I say take chances, I just mean like going out and meeting people. Because every time it can be kind of humiliating to meet people, realizing, oh, I said something stupid, or I was seemed awkward, or that was a totally unsuccessful interaction where the person just wasn't interested in hearing what I was saying, or I wasn't interested in hearing what they were saying. They had nothing to say. But that's what I mean. It's like, well, so what? Then when you die, that's the ultimate humiliation. You lose everything. You lose your body. You have nothing else to say to anybody. So it's worth a try. Hopefully you don't offend anyone too bad, or try not to offend people generally. And otherwise have good interactions with people. Oh, my toes hurt now. Hate this. Maybe it's just getting older. It's like my fingers hurt, my toes hurt sometimes. Ooh. They're hurting right now. Sting. I had a bunch of cleaning supplies. I forget if I showed on this live stream before I accidentally cut out. Before K-Dub's World says me every damn day. Yeah, it's partly, I think, having the phone in my hand too much. People are not meant to hold phones like this. But my bathroom's dirty right now because like there's dust and dirt on the floor because I've kicked up so much dust and dirt. I put the carpet back on the toilet. The lid, because I had it off for a while because it's hard to keep it up right. It'll fall down easily if with that on, but I put it back on since that's how it was when I got here. And you can see my closet is now emptied out, virtually emptied out. I cleaned up the floor there. I'm going to bring those with me. Those are the only cleaning supplies I'll have like in the house with me wherever I move to or wherever I'm staying, so I can clean up in the bathroom after myself and kitchen if need be. And I'll leave those towels here. I'm not even sure if I brought those. I don't like using white towels. A little plastic bag there. I don't know if I'll even bother reaching for that. Let me check my medicine cabinet. Yeah, pretty much empty. So here, I don't mind if you see it. And it's been a nice bathroom. Hey, I'm glad I have a private bathroom. But now I feel like there's no need for it. I don't need any of these luxuries. You can see I've got a big room here. It's really nice. Um, a lot of I could easily be paying nearly double for this room, and it's only because my landlord's cool that I don't get charged so much. 760. K-Dub's World. That's actually an EasyGo Pro. I like that over the Squatty Potty because the EasyGo Pro, you'll notice. Let's get down here with the EasyGo Pro. Is you see you can put your feet anywhere. Like it's got dirt on it. It's from this thing. You can put your feet anywhere on here, like this. You don't have to pick one position. The Squatty Potty, it's like ergonomic. It's designed like your feet have to go here because this is a tiny little, like a little bridge right here. So you can't put your feet in the middle. So you have to be careful and keep your feet. I don't want to have to worry about where my feet are when I'm on the toilet. I want to be able, like if I want to do this, I want to move. Hey, if I want to set my phone down here, which I'm not going to do that when I'm taking a dump, but if I want to do that, then I have the freedom to. That's why I recommend the EasyGo Pro over the Squatty Potty. And I have to eat better. Like I said, I got to lose weight. I felt so bloated lately. Look at this. So bloated lately. Ugh, I got to wash my hands. Constantly bloated. What the hell, man? Everything when you get older, you have to be careful of how much you eat, how much you drink. You gotta drink so much water. You gotta drink 5 gallons of water a day. You gotta don't drink that much. It's seriously dangerous. But you gotta drink. I gotta drink so much water, and then I gotta go to the bathroom so much. And yeah, it is pretty sweet. And actually, EasyGo Pro, they gave us a free one of those because they found our video, or I think I sent it to them actually. But they really liked it, and like one of their spokespeople or somebody who runs the company, I think, she loved the video, and she interviewed my mom on her show. She has like a podcast, and she sent one for free as a gift. Thrashed Fingers, good question. This is really what my channel's about. Thrashed Fingers says, do those make pooping easier? Yes. Because you supposedly, it's like your body is like in alignment, like your colon and digestive tract. It's like I'm trying to drink water. Supposedly, it's like oh, here's a good example. When your feet are like crouched, whatever, it makes your body like straighten out your back, so it's like you can take a dump easily, you can poop easily. But if you're sitting up straight, it like pinches off your colon or something, so it makes it harder to take a dump right. Exactly. K-Dub's World says it does work. Once you go try it, you can never go back. I agree. So that actually I will be taking with me too, and I don't care who knows it, because I will not take a dump without, oh sorry, I will not take a dump without my EasyGo Pro. They should have a foldable one. That'd be funny for traveling, like a collapsible EasyGo Pro, and you pop it open, like a radio antenna. You know, you pop it open and bring it to a public bathroom. Yeah, it is good. So I recommend people use it. It'll make your dumps go better and less straining, less hemorrhoids, less painful. You know, drink lots of water. Oh man, I've been so bloated lately. K-Dub's World, wow. So it says, she says, I have a 20-year-old tailbone injury. Damn. And it changed my life. Cool. Hey, glad it helps. Squatty Potty does make a collapsible one? Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. All right, go to Squatty Potty if you have to. But I recommend EasyGo Pro for true luxurious time on the bowl. Oh. I just looking around and realize I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this luxury. I don't need what the money's getting me. And it's not even the money. I'm living on my credit card. So thank goodness now I'm starting to pay that down. Even not paying rent is expensive because think about it. Without a place to cook and the time to cook right, I'm still going to be spending a lot of money on groceries and food out. Thank goodness, yeah, several nights a week I can eat half-priced meals at my job. Um, but I'm thinking of ways to make more money too. And by the way, you all can donate if you want to help me. You can do the super chat, although I think YouTube takes a big cut of that. You can donate to my Patreon. You can donate to Streamlabs. They're both in the description. Check them out if you want to help me. And I'm just looking forward to this so much. It's just, I'm already just waiting to get out of here. And thank goodness my landlord told me last minute that she found a tenant to move in on the 31st of this month. Because at first she said, you can't move out on the 31st. It's going to be, I can't afford it, so you need to give me 30 days notice, and you're going to lose your deposit, and you still have to pay next month. Deposit can cut into, so you can use your deposits at, but it's like, my deposit's $200. If I have to stay here another month and I'm paying the rent either way, I'd rather get that $200. But now I'm getting the full month's rent, or I'm saving the full month's rent, and I'm getting the deposit back. So that's amazing. Thank goodness. And she was able to get someone. So she told me, like, hey, yeah, my mom's going to have quite a reaction. I know that. I want you all there with me to help deal with her reaction. Because she's gonna every step of this I've been trying to tell her as little as possible because she's been screaming. As the first time I tell her anything, she yells about it. It doesn't matter what it is. When I was a kid, I would ask to go to my friend's house. Like every week, I would try and go to his house. I would just walk there, and I was like, I don't know, 12, 13. Anytime I would say it, it was horrible growing up with her in many ways because when I would, and by the way, my mom was like my age when I was asking this. I can't imagine treating a child like that. When I would ask to go to my friend's house, she would scream at me for like 30 minutes. Like, no, 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 you can't. Finally, after 30 minutes or an hour or so, I was able to go to my friend's house. That's how it worked every single time. That's how it is to this day. If I need to get something done, I've just learned to try and do it like as quietly as possible and just make it as clear as possible. You need to help me on this. It's not going to be a big problem for you. This actually makes perfect sense. I never do stuff that screws with you. It always, the timing, like I never try and take more time than I need. And I said for this, all you got to do, open the door. You don't need to do anything else. I'll bring in all my stuff. And there's plenty of room. She was yelling about it today. I had one storage box and several books, more than several books, probably like 10 or 15 books. There was plenty of room for it all. Because all I had to do was clear out a bunch of junk, throw away junk. There was an 11-year-old laptop or so I threw out, a bunch of empty CD cases, some other junk I don't remember. I never needed. There's nothing that's up. There's no problem with me moving all this stuff, and it's not a ton of stuff. The printer's not going in her house. That's going in my car, and then I'm going to try and give it away. Maybe I will just give it to Unique because I don't want to drive it around too much. For people who are just joining, Unique is a thrift store in Northern Virginia. I think it might be the largest one in either Virginia or Northern Virginia. I learned about it when I lived with an 89-year-old Baptist pastor who was trying to have sex with me, and he brought me over there, and we got the laundry basket I have now. It's over there in the corner. But yeah, I may just bring it there because I wanted to go somewhere where it'll help people. And Goodwill, I don't know if it'll really help people. Like they may not sell it, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about donating to Goodwill. I'm not going to badmouth it. I've donated to there before. Oh, and I got to remember bring my vegetable blender. I don't want to forget that, my fruit and vegetable blender. Amanda says you can come to Chicago's suburbs and couch surf. Hey, I'm going to be making my way across the country. I'm pretty sure of that. So I got to save money here, at least 6 months. Really, it's going to be very slow going saving money. Even without paying rent, I'm still going to be paying a lot in food. I'm going to be paying for gym membership. I might be paying whatever cost of either going to a library or different study areas. It's still going to be expensive for me. So I got to really push myself, really work hard, push out the videos. I'm going to get a laptop. That's another thing. So I can edit videos. going to still be making videos with my mom, but eventually I want to have enough money saved up to where I can start going around the country making videos and quit my job and eventually go to LA and at least temporarily because I don't really like LA. I've been there a few times. I was a videographer when I worked there, and also we went there for Tim's Cook-Off. It's just very. I appreciate a lot about that part of the country. Like they're very, progressive in California and on a lot of things, and have like believe in protections for marginalized people and all kinds of things like that. But it's still very contentious, and there's still such a long way to go, and the infrastructure is terrible, and the traffic's terrible. But there are people there, filmmakers I know I want to work with, and there's more people I want to meet. So this will be a part of that process, and who knows where that'll take me. It's going to be a struggle, but that's going to be where the biggest opportunity is. So yeah, definitely I may come to Chicago. I was there once. If you remember, I was on the Steve Harvey show. Beautiful city while I was there. I don't trust the cops there, but it's a beautiful city. Yeah, my mom's stressing. She doesn't want me to be homeless. That's the thing. Everything is worst case scenario. She will literally yell at me that she doesn't have time to do something that takes like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. She'll yell, or she doesn't do this as much now, but because I learned how to sort of, short circuit that in her brain. She would yell at me for like an hour or 2 hours and call me back and yell before relenting and doing it. We could have just done it in the first place, but see, that's foolish of me to think I can just argue with her and get her to do it. I realize I have to sort of pick the lock, short circuit her brain, persuade her into doing it elegantly. Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street way. Literally, his techniques get her to just agree with me to do things because I can deal with her very selfish impulses and compulsions. Like, oh, Angelo wants to do something. Oh, it's going to take 6 hours. I can't do it now. And therefore she thinks she can't do it. I'm not gonna make a budget. Oh, I hate doing paperwork. I hate figuring things out in advance. I want to feel things. I don't want to plan things. So no, I'm not doing a budget because it doesn't make any difference to me either way. Like whether I don't notice it whether I have money or not. As long as I'm able to get the things I need, and even then, like I have money, and well, my credit card's letting me. If I didn't have a credit card with the limit increases I've gotten, I wouldn't be able to live here. But even with money being able to get me this room, I don't want to be here. I don't need it. There's no benefit for me. There's nothing I need about this. I'm going to leave my bed here. I'm a little annoyed about that. I mentioned that, but the old bed got ruined, even though this is a much better bed. That was a twin size that the landlord had here. The first mattress, by the way, was beat to hell, stained. I threw that away, brought in my old twin bed. Then when I got the full-size bed that I have now, I stored the twin bed in her storage shed, and I sealed it up, but the problem is water still got into it, and it got all moldy and damaged, and so I said, just keep this bed. I didn't even try and sell it to her. I said, just keep it. I don't care. I'm not trying to. It would be such a hassle to get this out of here, anyways. The guy I'm staying with, he said he would let me store it at his place. I'm like, let me think about it. I don't know. And it's not even worth the hassle. I don't care. I just need to get rid of it. So tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. You all got to watch because I think it's going to be a live video where I tell my mom this. So you'll all be there with me when I tell her. I don't want to stress her out too much. It's going to be so funny. She's going to be probably asking you guys to help her. like, please tell Angelo not to do this. Oh, please. But, like I said, I got to do it. I'm not even going to miss much of the TV because I don't even have time to watch much TV. I might watch 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, 5 or 10 minutes at night, if that. And I'll just have it on like TCM or Spanish language TV like Univision. My Spanish is getting rapidly better, by the way, so that I want to be around more Hispanic immigrants to hear that and practice it. Thanks, Thrashed Fingers. Yeah, look, it's probably going to be around 3 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll see. Exactly. But I'm going to make sure I get everything. It's not a lot of stuff. My car is filled right now with stuff. But it's not going to take long to get it. It's just, boxes and my ironing board and iron and clothes and bathroom item. Oh, kitchen stuff too that my mom can keep, like spices. Probably, it's going to be Harula, probably going to be around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know exactly because I want to get all my stuff out first. And it's not going to be a big thing. She lives close by. I'm going to get there and have a bunch of stuff unloaded before she even gets home. And then go back here. Probably in one more trip, I can get this stuff. And then return for some few last things. And then go to the place I'm staying at. Or maybe I'll just go out and celebrate. And do a live stream and talk to you all. I don't know. I'm not trying to spend a lot of money because really, I'm just trying to get straight to work. I'm not trying to lounge. I feel like this is not working. Like, I'm not working enough here because I got to work around my roommate's schedule, and that eats into my time. So if I'm going to be uh, working a lot and writing and everything, I may as well be not spending money on rent and just being out in a place where I won't be interrupted. A library. There are places, by the way, where you can pay to just study, and it's like a lounge and cafe and ice cream store all in one. That's how the rich people live, man. That's smart to have stores like that. I don't know how much it costs, but uh, I guess I'd rather be there, and there's a chance I'll at least meet people who are interesting and who I can talk to because I feel like I've been stagnating and kind of coasting along here the last 2 years that I've lived here because I'm mostly in my room when I'm working. So I may as well be out, and I'll have the money finally to spend to be out and go to the gym and be in study areas or the library because I won't be paying rent. Because why would I go there if I'm paying rent? I may as well be here. But I don't need this space. I don't need anything nice like this. It is a nice space. I got this nice chair here. This is a massage chair. Well, I won't miss this chair. That's a good idea. Do you ever buy your mom flowers? Go prepared, butter her up, off guard. Dude, if I buy her flowers, she's going to be so suspicious. She will not want them. If I try and do that, she'll think somebody died. Like, she will be even more stressed out. I'm totally serious. She does not need anything like that. She doesn't even if I have dishes there, I try and wash up after myself. Sometimes she doesn't even want me. She never wanted me growing up to do chores like that. She just did not like it when I would like clean dishes or anything. She's kind of megalomaniacal. What are you saying, Matt? Like it's all your keyboard's broken or something? Or I'm not trying to make fun of you if you're having trouble typing, but it's all just a bunch of consonants and yeah, I don't think it's another language. It's just gibberish. 14 people here. Cool. Well, like I said, this is my last night here. Tomorrow, I'm going to get my stuff out. So I'm still going to be here tomorrow, but I'm going to be moving my stuff out to my mom's house and then going to the house of the guy who I'm staying with. In fact, I may, well, never mind. I may be out tomorrow night and like go to his place late, but I don't know. I'm going to get a gym membership. I tried to change, excuse me. I tried to change my website, I was going to say website with the DMV, my address with the DMV, but the DMV's website was broken. So I'm going to try and do that again. But I'm just so glad to be out of here. I'm going to be done. Oh, I got to take my lamp. This is a really cool lamp I got from Target. See? Hold on, I'm so lazy. I don't want to. See a button? It's not even like a button. You just kind of press it, make contact with it, and it lights up. Ow! Mother. It's not even a button. It feels you. See? Oop. So that's really nice. So when you're tired, you don't have to find the button. You just do that. See? Oh, crap. Where did I drop? Oh, sunglasses. Got these from Dollar Tree. Yeah, so it sucks trying to get cheap groceries because unless you have the time and space to cook like a pot of rice and beans, you can't really get cheap groceries. What the hell? Vegetables, everything's expensive. Even $1 or $2 for one vegetable is expensive. It adds up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month. So, anyways, it's too expensive to live. And climate change and pollution is not helping. And my goodness, Bolsonaro, the new president of Brazil, is a monstrous, fascist, genocidal, racist who wants to destroy the Amazon rainforest. He doesn't care. And that's a huge um, part of the world that helps slow down climate change by climate change. Man, my pronunciation's bad. By absorbing a lot of carbon from the atmosphere. He wants to destroy it, deforest it, make for business there. America, Canada, China, they're all saying, well, he's got controversial ideas, but he might be good for business. It's going to be the end of humanity. We're not going to be able to afford food if the crops are dying out because there's droughts and we have with rising sea levels. People are like, oh, well, it might be good for business. The investments will work out. Well, and by the way, the people who live, the indigenous people of Brazil, are going to be killed. It is so scarce. So many people there are scared now, especially gay people, LGBTQ people. They are scared because he said outright he hates gay people. He said, I won't be a hypocrite. If my son was gay, I would rather he die in a car accident. That's what he thinks. He is a horrible, horrible monster. He is so vile. Anyways, sorry. I was thinking about that, but it's going to affect the whole world. What a horrible, horrible person. And people support him. They were cheering in the streets. And he said, by the way, Brazil already has like the highest amount of deaths by police in the world. He said he wants to have the police carte blanche to kill anyone. So it's unthinkable. And that's going to help drive up food prices too and spread disease. And that reminds me, I got to get my flu shot. So I'm trying not to rant about that too much. But yeah, get your flu shots, everybody. Even if you're not susceptible to getting very sick with them, like me, I don't really get sick with the flu, but you can get it and someone else can you can get the flu but not get that sick, but someone else who is more vulnerable and has a weaker immune system can get it from you. That's why it's important to get the flu shot, and I haven't done it for years. By the way, we got 16 people in here. Thanks for watching. Click the like button. That helps it get this video shared more. I'm trying to do more live videos, especially because soon I won't have a computer. Eventually, I'll get a laptop. I don't think it'll be too long, so I can edit videos. But hey, why not save time? If I'm going to be out, if I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, I need to save time. So I'll think of interesting live videos to do. So click the like button because that helps me out. It gets the video shared. YouTube's going to push it out to more people. Let's get this going. Wow, thank you. 3 people just hit like. Matt, I give up. I don't know what you're saying. But I appreciate you being here just the same. It doesn't even matter, which as long as it's, good message, good sentiment, whatever you're trying to say. But yeah, click the like button because YouTube's going to push this out more and share it more. And that helps me out. And and I forgot, I'm going to do the live stream where I talk about, okay, I said I was going to do a live stream where I tell your stories that you all read, that you have all written about your bad experiences with roommates. I'm going to do that. I didn't get many stories, so I'll probably just read them off the internet. I got to do that sometime. That'll be funny. Just read horror stories about roommates and about landlords. Not gonna. Anyways, I'm not gonna miss TV much. Hey, I'll be able to go to movies more. That's good. I can go out and see movies more because I'll have money to see movies instead of just watching them on TV. Although I love watching Turner Classic Movies, watch old movies. I love the hosts and the segments between the movies about the presentations about what the movies are about and what happens on them. Don't even, Opiami, don't even talk about that. Don't even speak out against flu vaccines here. You can spread that anywhere else you want. Don't even talk about it here, trying to misinform people. Oh, we got a comment here saying that flu vaccines don't work. They're not based in science. Don't even try that. Uh, so Angela asks, or Angela, but in Spanish would be more like Angela. I don't know if your name is Hispanic, but it's just how I read it. What are you going to do in the winter? What if you don't get along with the new roommate? Well, I'll see. I'll consider other places. I've been offered couches to sleep on. By the way, again, people click the like button if you want to help me out and get the video shared by YouTube. May sleep in my car. I don't know. Maybe I'll consider Airbnb, but I'm really not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to meet people who want to help me. And I'll just keep asking around. It hasn't been hard getting offers for couches. Uh, and especially when people hear that I'm protesting landlords, I refuse to pay rent. Everybody so far has gotten excited by that because almost everyone, because they hate it too. So they get what I'm doing. So it's just about time it happened. I've thought about this for a while, but I thought, oh, I'll hate it. I don't know how to do it. I didn't think to ask for couches before. So thank goodness I'm finally doing it. And I was wondering how would I edit videos. And I just didn't think that's how limited I am in my imagination sometimes. Just get a laptop. So that's what I'll do. I'll get a laptop. Not a big deal. I'll be able to get an affordable one. It's not a big deal. Yeah, Opiami is the one who's saying the flu shots don't work. Yeah, I haven't gotten the flu in many years either. You should still get the flu vaccine. The science is all there. Don't push misinformation on people. Don't try and mislead them. People die because their kids die because they don't get vaccinated because their parents don't believe in it. Um, I don't know. Debbie's no. I don't know. Maybe I have because I've heard of some problem. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. People get proper vaccinations. Uh, don't believe some weird corner of especially celebrities are pushing it. That flu vaccines are bad. They work. Anyways, so I'm gonna get one soon. By the way, I think if I get one at certain grocery stores, they give you 10% off, which by there, which isn't gonna be a huge amount for me because I'm not gonna buy much groceries while I'm living with other people. But I will have some food. I'll have some raw food, maybe if they let me, like just salads and canned fish and fruit, because I won't cook. I'm not trying to use their gas or their electric on their stove, anything like that. Oh, talking wears me out. So, oh, and I got to sweep up. I got a lot of dust here. I used to be better about sweeping up, but I've been lazy about it lately. But I got to do that. I got to lose some weight. I've gained some weight lately, like I don't know, maybe 10 pounds or more. Lowest I got in weight was like 159 pounds, and my doctor said you should gain weight. So eventually I did, but I did it in conjunction with lifting weights, and now I'm up to 178. So I know he probably wants me around there, but I don't like being that heavy, so I'm going to try and lose weight. Anyway. I wonder how many people out there. Oh, hey, Artari. Um, how many people out there wish. Oh, I'm getting aches in my side. I'm sorry. Wish that you could stop paying your landlord. I'm curious, how many people out there are renting, or how many of you are watching or are own your home or are renting? Because to me, too many people rent, and that what I mean by too many people rent is that's too many people who can't afford their own home. Because house prices aren't cheap enough, because the jobs don't pay well enough. There's not enough opportunities. There aren't enough new jobs, or whatever the case needs to happen. I don't know. Cheaper transportation, safer transportation, cheaper and safer, more abundant medical care, cheaper food, groceries. Uh, some people don't even have grocery stores near them. They're called food deserts. So some people have to take like 2 buses or 3 buses just to go get groceries. So it's a miserable hassle. How do you ever get out of that hole? I gotta, man, my hands are dry. I gotta use, I'm gonna find my Trader Joe's lavender hand lotion. Where is it? Let's see. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Nope. Is it here? Yes, I think so. Oh. Yes, found it. Trader Joe's. This stuff I've barely used in years. My hands are too dry. Don't get like this too often. Oh, how am I going to hold the phone if my hands are covered in lotion? Damn, it smells good. Man, this is a creepy shot. I'm in shadow. It looks like I'm getting ready for some kind of gruesome like surgery in a horror movie. Like, don't worry. Once we make the incision in your skull, you won't feel a thing. Oh, that's better. My hand smells so good now. Trader Joe's is a good grocery store that is very inexpensive, actually. It's not like Whole Foods where it's super expensive. I went to Whole Foods, by the way, the other day. I was so embarrassed to be in there because it's such a rich person's store. I'm like, I feel so weird in here. Like, like I wondered, do people in there know that they're the elite? They're the one, like, who are the top 1% basically of society. Hold on, my hands are still kind of greasy or lotiony. Ugh, my thumb hurts. I can't really touch the screen. But and it makes me remember that not only people in the area I was in, the Whole Foods in this neighborhood called Courthouse, where it's by the Arlington County Courthouse, but Clarendon, Roslyn, that whole neighborhood, those series of neighborhoods are so rich. The beautiful homes, beautiful streets, good-looking people. It's like, do they realize that they're the elites? Like, they're so privileged. And it makes me remember when I used to hang out there when I was younger. I didn't realize that. I was like, hey, this is really cool being here. But I just thought it was really cool. Now I see it, I'm like, it makes me uncomfortable. Like, everything's so beautifully laid out, and the lane markings are so clear, and everything's so carefully planned. But you look at places like Annandale, and it's a total contrast. It's like Clarendon Courthouse, Roslyn, beautifully laid out, rich areas, Ballston, Virginia Square. It's this whole, like, it's one street basically that goes from here to, or not here, but like from Ballston to like Washington D.C. So in Arlington, and it's just beautiful neighborhood after beautiful neighborhood, and rich, like, and big businesses and high tech places and government agencies and the uh, uh, government institutions, and it's like everything is so beautifully laid out. It's almost like a movie set. The street lanes are well marked. The bike lanes are carefully laid out. You go to Annandale, there are no bike lanes, and nothing's carefully laid out. It's just like it's like they took it, designed it with like a bunch of ill-fitting Lego pieces, and they were like, "Fuck it, like you all figure it out." It's like don't even they didn't even think how are people gonna get one from A to B from one place to another. They're just like, fucking put the thing together and just go and figure out your own way around. And so as a result, it's horrible to get around. Traffic gets backed up in intersections. It's terrible. So, anyways, now my finger's a little better. How's your dad? He's doing well. He's still in rehab, but he's doing very well. Hey, Mahosh. Yeah, Trader Joe's is great. Oh, Matt, you actually said something I can understand. Mahosh, careful with what you say. Um, it's such a bizarre contrast, and I just feel like going up to people in the street, like, do you realize how privileged you are? And I'm sure a lot of people don't. I'm sure some people do, but that was like me. I didn't realize that because I used to hang out there a lot when I was younger, and I was living with my parents, so of course I was privileged. And so what little money I made was mine to spend for the most part. I barely had bills, and I just like I would walk up and down the street there and go to bars, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize like there were places I didn't know Annandale existed, even though it was only a few miles away, like 10 miles away. So now it creeps me out. I want to be like, do you assholes realize how privileged you are? It just creeps me out to no end. Anyway, and that's why I can't be around people who aren't like-minded. Now, like I realized I've grown so. Hey, Matt, I can actually understand what you're saying. What happened? Now everything's clear. Um, but that's why I got to be around like-minded people. I can't tolerate or stand being around people who don't, sort of appreciate that perspective on things. To say like, hey, it's could be very different, and a lot of that is just the way our country's been set up, and white supremacy has been perpetuated, and and white-run institutions, and it's privileged some at the expense of many. Anyways, and that's part of why I'm protesting landlords, because if people were able to afford good housing, there would be no need for landlords. You wouldn't be renting from them. People do it because they need to out of necessity. But I realize I don't ever want a landlord to tell me anything again. I don't want to take instructions from them. I want my dignity. I'm a grown adult. I don't want a landlord telling me what to do, ever. Or moving in people who are annoying, who are lazy, who are selfish, who like to play loud music and sing and drink alcohol. To me, if you're going to, and people I'm living with, it's like they could probably afford their own places, but yet they want to live with their friends and family just to have people they like around and then have more people they like around and drink alcohol. I'm like, I could never try and spoil myself like that. I'm trying to work. I'm not trying to hang out and have fun. So, and to me, I'm not even close to reaching my full potential. To me, I'm just beginning. So I've got to push way harder. I'm going to be, working a lot, going without sleep. Let's see, what did Mahosh say now? Mahosh, I don't know if you're like, what part of being serious or not, but generally good sentiment, yeah. Mahosh says, I can relate. Mahosh Trahosh says, I grew up privileged in private schools with 1%ers very comfortable in the U.S., then moved to Europe where our system is more socialist and our education more critical. Now I woke. Yeah, but when you say stuff like now I woke, it sounds like you're making a joke. Hey, that rhymes. You say I am for real. Okay, I'll take your word for it. But yeah, I agree. We should be teaching a lot more critical view of our own country in schools. And conservatives whine and scream about it. I was listening to it on the radio today. Look, I used to be a conservative. I was a hardcore conservative. I waited in line to see Tucker Carlson on his TV show when he was on Crossfire. Okay, Mahosh, I believe you. I skipped class to meet Sean Hannity. I read their books. I read Rush Limbaugh. I listened to his show. I listened to the Laura Ingraham show. I watched Bill O'Reilly. I tried reading his books, but his books were awful. Even when I was a conservative, I couldn't enjoy them. I read Tammy Bruce, Larry Elder, so many people. I was a conservative, and now I can listen to them and say they lie. Like, they just lie. They will turn anti-Semitism, like what happened recently, and trying to say the problem is that people don't support Israel enough, and they support the BDS movement, the boycott, divest, and whatever, I can't remember what the S is, in order to pressure Israel to stop brutalizing Palestinians. And they say, oh, that's the problem. They can't even mention the words migrant caravan that shooter was obsessed with, and that Trump has been saying is going to bring disease and criminals to our country. They can't even say that. That's why I say conservatives lie. And I get it. I was a conservative, and I bought those lies. Anyways, I'm going to be trying to meet people. I want to meet like-minded people. I want to work with good people. 18 people here. Awesome. Sanction. Thank you, Justin, coming through. Clutch. Yeah, BDS. Boycott, divest, sanction. Or wait, sanction. Yeah, I thought I forgot it for a second. 18 people here, so thanks again. Tonight, moving out. Oh, gained weight. My stomach feels crappy. If you're here, click the like button. 20 people, awesome. Click the like. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I'm moving out. Got some stuff here. Some stuff's in my mom's house. She's always screaming. Not always screaming. I'll be fair to her. She screams a lot when I try and do anything because she thinks it's going to impose on her. Anything I do is going to take 10 hours or 8 hours, so she's not going to get anything done today. Like, no, you can't move this lunch bag into my house. It's going to take you 18 hours. How am I supposed to get to work tomorrow? So, I try and say as little as possible, make it as easy as possible for her. I told her, look, just unlock the door tomorrow, open the door. That's all you need. Don't do anything else. I will move everything in. And there's plenty of room, and she has lots of junk in my old bedroom, which I cleared out some of today and made for plenty of room. Thank you. 11 likes now. So what I was saying is, if you're in here, we've got 20 people. Click the like button because that helps me out. It gets YouTube to share this video more. Let's see how many people we can get in here. I don't think I've ever really had more than like about 20, maybe 25 people in a live stream at one time. Thank you. Yeah, regards to your mom. She's adorable. Thanks, Maureen. And it's just so difficult. Like, well, I'm saying, when I was a kid, I would go to my. By the way, when I was a kid, my mom was my age now, so I can't imagine treating a kid the way she treated me. But I would say, "Can I go to my friend's house? Can I walk over there?" She would scream no, usually for about 30 minutes, and then just let me go. Once she gave up yelling, so she could have just done that in the first place. So now I know I can't just assume she's going to be a reasonable person. I have to sort of come at her with, as soon as I say anything, immediately point out how ridiculous the worst case scenario she's imagining is. Like, look, we've been making videos for nearly 10 years now. When do I stay longer than I need to? Never. When am I trying to stay longer than I need to? Never. Like, what's going to be the issue if I get this out of here in 10 minutes? Is that going to be a problem? She'll yell and yell, but here's the key. Don't engage. Just ignore. Just keep glide right in like a paper airplane. Just glide right in real quiet. Don't even make it like a big deal. And then she just intuitively gets it. It like short circuits her brain. And I'll just say, look, if I got this down in a couple minutes, you probably wouldn't tell me no. You probably just say, okay, so let's do it, right? It's a shame I have to keep working at her like this, keep working this strategy, but that's how it is. So today she was yelling about me moving in one storage container and several books. It was more like 15 books or so. I moved it in with ease. There was no problem. I cleared out a bunch of junk that was in my old room. That was my old junk. I don't blame her for that. Holy crap, 25 people. Awesome. Keep clicking the like button. I think, well, you can't know. So I won't say I think, because I really don't. I don't know what the correlation is, but click the like button on this video because it gets YouTube to share it more, because YouTube determines, oh, people are engaging with this. It's helping you. It's bringing more traffic to YouTube as well. So we're going to keep showing it at, like, putting it at the top of, like, okay, here's new videos. Angelo's live right now. Flying Over Trout's live. And put it in people's recommended videos, even for people who aren't subscribed to me. So click the like button. Thanks. It helps me out. But yeah, my mom yells a lot. So right now my car is full of stuff. I almost want to walk out there and show you, but I don't feel like it. You don't need to see a car full of junk. And don't have a ton of stuff here. The big thing is I have the computer over there. What? And that I'm going to put in that big box I got from Home Depot. That's pretty cool. I think the tower for the computer is just barely going to fit in there. I'm a little annoyed by that, but I didn't want to spend the extra money on a bigger one. Mahosh, I'm not getting into that, what I think of that. But no, I don't think it's counterproductive. So I did get into it a little bit. But anyways, oh man, you get older, fingers hurt, toes hurt, my ears hurt, everything hurts. I'm 33. I got to lose weight too. I mentioned that, but for people who are new to the stream, I gained some weight recently. I checked the scale today. I got up to 178 pounds. So I'm going to try and get back down. Fortunately, it's not too hard for me to lose weight. Just a little. It's not the physical discipline. I've been exercising hard. It's the mental picture of me. I've been so sort of like distraught lately and not. And almost insecure about deciding to take control of my body. And I don't know why it is. I just worry. It's like, oh, is it going to alienate people if I'm get too into my health and everything? Or am I going to seem like weird or something? I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Sorry to hear that, Mahash. Mahash says autoimmune disease got me from 225 pounds to 175. Yikes. Sorry. And you're only 28. Oh, that's rough. I'm just glad to be out of here. What can I say? I'm excited, looking forward to it. It's about time. But it happened when it needed to. Unfortunately, I wish it happened sooner, but that's what needed to happen. 175 to 20. I don't understand what you're saying now, Mahash. Anyways, whatever. People can read it for themselves. So hopefully I only need to make like 2 trips to my mom's house tomorrow. I might have to make a third. I don't know. I'm looking at everything here. No, I don't think so. I think I can make 2 trips. So everything that's in my car now, get it to my mom's house. Come back, get all this stuff. And then put it in my mom's house. And then once it's in her house, we'll do the video. So you will be here live for that, probably 3:30 or so tomorrow afternoon. And then also I have that printer, so I'm going to put that in the ton of paper there I have in my car, and I'm going to find somewhere to donate it to, because I don't need it. And then I can get to work, start studying for screenplays, writing more of my screenplay, making videos. I'm going to try and make videos every day. So they're probably going to be live, I guess, for a while. I don't know. I got to save time until I get a laptop. And now I'm going to get a gym membership and start exercising there, since I won't have my weights at my the place I'm staying at. And go to the library, work on videos and study. And who are you talking about? Artari. You said, will you be doing collabs with Michael soon? Do you mean Pickle Boy? Because I haven't talked to him about that. We've spoken recently. We talk once in a while, but we haven't talked about collaborations. He's busy doing his own thing. You say, yeah. No, we haven't talked about it, but we talk once in a while. Who knows? If we do it, we'll do it. I'm just glad for him that he's doing as well as he is. He's got diabetes now, and he's losing weight. So I'm really glad for him that he's getting his diabetes under control. And obviously, very sorry for him that he lost his dad. Oh, my goodness. Unthinkable. Matt, you're talking gibberish again. I don't understand you. Anyway, so I will be trying to travel to make videos with other YouTubers that I know, and meet new ones, probably. Because once I save money, and once I'm able to quit my job, I'll have some freedom to, first of all, I want to keep making videos, but to move around, maybe get some short-term jobs at places I'll stay at around the country, because I've gotten offers for couches around the country, and I will find more. I know that because people offer their couches when I started telling them about this stuff. And Mahash, yes, I will be in LA. I've been there before, and I do plan on it. I really don't want to drive across the country. I hate driving for long distances. It stresses me out. My car is not that fast. People drive poorly. I remember one drive I was doing, there was a semi in front of me and a semi behind me, and there was no way for me to change lanes easily. And the semi behind me was so close, I knew, like, if there's any accident, this semi is so stupid. This driver is going to kill me because it's going to completely flatten my car into the semi in front of me. And he's not leaving safe following distance. So I don't like driving long distances, but now Matt, I can understand you. But I guess I'll do it if I go to Los Angeles eventually. Maybe go around the country. Cool. JS24HB says hello from Indiana, sending positive vibes to you, wanting the best for you, and I'm glad you're making positive changes. Thanks. Huh. That's funny. Yeah, Opiami says, wear masking tape over my mouth when I go to my mom's house. Use sign language. Response should be classic. That's really what I got to do. Just tell her, look, talking to me won't work. You got to ignore me. That's what I'm trying to tell her. And she won't listen because just everything, it's really selfish of her. She gets this compulsion that she has to comment on everything and yell about everything and say her opinion on stuff she sees that there's no benefit to anybody else to hear. It's just she needs other people to hear what she hears. So she sees this stuff. She's going to go, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Sounds like, whatever. No, I'm not on LinkedIn. I had a LinkedIn profile. It's like kind of a joke. I decided to delete it because I didn't know what the point of it was. Again, if you're here, click the like button because that helps YouTube share the live stream and get more people watching. And I need all the viewers I can get. I need all your help. This is our social network. And I'm going to be making a lot of videos about the process of, thank you, got 2 likes there. Oh man, appreciate you guys. I'm going to be filming the process of sleeping on people's couches and what it's like. Okay, Matt, I understand what you're saying. Well, I understand the words, but I don't understand like where this is coming from. You're saying who didn't know me? I don't know. Well, I don't know if I knew you. So I'm going to be documenting this. Maybe I should count it like day 1 of couch surfing or day 1 of protesting landlords. and document it over time, and so people can see it as a playlist. Maybe I should do that, and create a playlist of it so people can see the changes over time that happen and how this helps my life, and how hopefully other people, it helps other people's lives. Um, because I want other people to get to thinking, how can they avoid paying landlords? How can they make housing more affordable, transportation better, cheaper, safer, make cities like Annandale a lot better to live in? It's horrible, the layout there. Like I was said, in Arlington, in Courthouse, in Clarendon, you got these rich people, rich young people who live in like the privileged elites. And you go 10 miles over, and everything's beautifully laid out, so carefully planned. The bike lanes are freshly painted. They got reflectors up so they're safe, so cars see them and are aware of them. You go to Annandale, there's no bike lanes because there'd be no point. Cars would run them over. Pedestrians sometimes get killed in Annandale. In Annandale, it's like they just blew up a Lego factory and tried to put everything, all the broken pieces back together, and just said, "Fuck it, you figure it out. You get from point A to point B when you have to do turns like this in a crooked intersection, and traffic gets backed up, and you have cars coming out of the service roads and of the parking lots nearby, and people are turning left at any given time." The couches you'll stay on, they'll have landlords. Will you interview them about their landlords? I don't know. Maybe. Not everyone's a great interview subject. I'm not trying to put a bunch of people on camera if it's not going to work. Like, maybe. I don't know. I'd consider it. If they have something to say. The guy I'm staying with, by the way, soon, he's a good talker. He has a lot to say about this stuff. He has the same ideas as me, how expensive it is. And he knows, too. He's a landlord, by the way, but he knows how expensive it is around here, and unfortunately, he has to work hard. He's an older guy. He's had a good career. He has to work hard at a low-paying job just to get by. It's horrible. Exactly, Mahosh. I like the creative city. So Mahosh says, I like the creative city model. Amsterdam, Berlin, etc., etc. Local government use taxpayer money to make abandoned factories livable, bring in artists for very cheap to create meaningful works. That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, and make it look better. Annandale, it looks like a freaking garbage dump. Like streaks of stains on entire buildings, and it just looks awful. I mean, trash strewn about. It's horrible. Arlington, beautiful. Why? Because basically it's the history of rich white people and white supremacy looking after their own and screwing after others, and others have to make do with what they have. Even though Annandale's still very expensive, it's just slightly less cheap to rent in than Arlington. But Annandale is not fun to be in. Like, in other words, if you're just trying to be out and have fun, it is not fun. It is sad. It is crowded. It is stressed. Arlington, you go out, everything looks. You have big, huge, sprawling sidewalks. You have metro stops very close by to each other. You have lots of buses. You have bike lanes clearly laid out. You have lots of paths to walk in. You have those scooters now that they have around. Annandale, it's a joke. It's just don't die. Just try not to die. It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Mahush, speaking the truth. The U.S. doesn't support this. Exploitative in nature. Absolute. That's what it is. That's what the key word is. Exploitative. In nature, and sharing economy gets commercial like capitalist within a few years, even if it starts grassroots. Yeah, it is like it's exploitative. That's the best word for it. And I don't want to be a part of that. I am a part of that, and I'm guilty of it because I'm taking advantage of being able to enjoy living in an expensive area while having relatively low expenses, even though I'm going broke. So I don't want to contribute to that. I want to be an example and show I'm not willing to do that. And I want to get like-minded people. And unfortunately, there are so many arrogant, rich white people around here. And not just white people, but it's a white mentality. Because white isn't a skin color, really. Nobody agrees on who's white and who isn't. I'm white, but like I'm also kind of a little bit dark-skinned, so some people won't say I'm white. There's no agreement on that. Irish used to not be considered white. Polish, Italian. What's white is the mindset, the attitude. And rich white people have such a chip on their shoulder. They can be so abusive, so nasty. You see them calling the police on black people, just trying to walk around. They call police on somebody called the police on a black guy just trying to get into his own apartment. Somebody called the police on a black family for barbecuing. Somebody called the police on a black kid for selling water or lemonade or something on the sidewalk. That's how they are. One woman was like that to me. She was like so angry at me for parking in front of her house one day. She's like, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm here to see these people down the street." And I read it off, and I stumbled over one of the numbers on the address. I don't know why I was being so nice to her. And she was like, "You just said 5 numbers. Where are you trying to go?" She got so mad. That's white supremacy in micro, in just a tiny little burst. Yeah, Mahash is awesome. Thank you for saying that. Um, yeah, off white. Yeah, I'm a little dark. But that's what I'm saying is like, I can't stand that arrogance, that mentality. And I took part in it too. I was a conservative. Like, I grew and I always struggled to make sure, like to try and get rid of any ignorance or prejudices I have and not be aware of and things I'm not aware of regarding that. And it, I think it makes interacting with people so much better. I can see things. I know I have a better perspective on things, and I can appreciate the struggles people go. I don't want to put it like that. Like it's me about me, but um, I can see the responsibility in trying to use my position in a little bit. I can't claim like I'm doing everything I can. It's just I can see the responsibility now that I is on me that I hold for making some difference in other people's lives who need more help and need more of a boost and who just weren't. This world doesn't make them as fortunate as people like me. So that's what I can't stand about a lot of people around here is they don't get that. I don't know how you can live like that. But then again, I did it for many years, and I was unhappy, and I was self-centered. I wasn't a horrible guy to be around. I was just lonely and angry, and I could be unpleasant to be around. And I always struggle with that, trying to learn to be better around people. But that's what I grew up with, that conservative mentality of like, well, everything's fair, and that's just how it is. And if your life isn't good, it's because you deserve it, because you didn't work hard enough. Pathetic, but that's how I thought. And I always have to be careful to check myself on that. Matt, I don't know what you're talking about, but again, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you saying whatever it is long enough to stay in here, because really, you all can talk whatever you want as long as it's it's not negative. Um, as long as you're having some fun and being decent. Um, so, anyways, I want to be an example. So I don't want to stay here and perpetuate that. I don't want my money going to a landlord around here and say, "Well, I want the benefits of being in this rich area," but I think it's still a problem. People live with all the benefits of white supremacy here and institutional racism and exploiting others. That's a great word, exploitation. Not that I don't want to live well. It's just I wish more areas were better suited for people to live in that weren't so miserable. Like Annandale, such a mess for nothing. It could be invested in and made better. It's just that we don't want to. People don't want to. DC, so many problems. And also, it doesn't have proper representation because it's not a state. It's just a city under the control of the federal government. Um, this is how I'm protesting, and who knows what forms this will take. And I want it to be fun too, and entertaining, and empowering, and helpful to people. And I want affordable housing. I want everybody to be able to live well, and that's what I realized. Some people really don't want that. I didn't realize I didn't want that. White conservatives do not want this. They think, well, that's just how it is. That's who you are. I can't believe it. Like it shocks me, but then again, I realize not everyone's sort of plugged in to a lot of politics. Is when I hear people at the bar I work at, especially young white people, just blatantly brandishing their white privilege. I can't believe it. But then I realize, oh, they probably don't have the first clue what they're like me at that age. I had no clue what that was. So me, I wasn't particularly unpleasant to be around, but I just had no clue. And so when you aren't aware of it, when you grow up in a culture that says, well, the world's fair, and if you don't have what you want in life is because you didn't work hard enough for it, and that's it. Then you just think that's how the world is, and you think people who protest and criticize that they're lunatics, that they're crazy, that they're unstable, that they're dangerous. That's what I thought. I thought these angry mobs, like that, what they're saying now. That's what conservatives are saying. I heard Corey Stewart, that incredible racist. He had such a racist ad on the radio today. He's running in Virginia for, I guess, Congress. He said immigrants are coming here and they're going to violate your daughters and sons. I'm like, holy shit. All you have to do is go back 40 or 50 years to when it was still considered acceptable for certain people to say that's what black people would do to your sons and daughters. And now he's just saying it about immigrants on the radio. And this is what passes for acceptable ideas among conservatives and Republicans. Disgusting. Absolutely shameless. I'm 33. Oh, thanks, Artari. Yeah, that's what I want is people to have their consciousness raised, and that's what mine needs to be too. I still want to learn and study, and it's a tough thing, to grapple with. And like I said again, I don't want to contribute to this area. I want to boycott this whole area, and I wish more people would do that. It's too crowded. It's too expensive. Um, People don't want you to boycott, by the way, because if you think about it, there's so many rules and laws in place, and powerful people who have the ability to stop you from creating a successful business or a successful community or whatever idea it is, that they don't want you to upset sort of the system in place that lets some people live very comfortably and exploits everybody else. The poor people, the brown and black people, immigrants, refugees, the sick, the old, the young. Um, so I want to boycott this whole region. And I've thought about it for a while. I thought people who are so selfish who willingly live here when they could afford to go elsewhere, because you're contributing to such a terrible system in an area that has such arrogance and uh, exploitation. I guess that word keeps coming up. And that's when I realized, okay, I want to leave. I want to do something else. So yeah, I'll still do videos with my mom however I can. And who knows, maybe someday she and my dad will be able to move out with me wherever I am. But I want to move somewhere else. I don't want to affect others. That's all I want. Just make some effect. Change some people's lives in some way. Make some difference, a little bit. And other people can realize they can do that too. Took me a long time to start realizing that. And, again, it's always inadequate, whatever I do. It's just, and you see the news, all you have to do is see a little bit of the news and see how horrible the ideas that have taken hold in people's minds are. And they think this is acceptable for how to treat the world. And I'm interested in seeing different areas and meeting like minded people and collaborating with them and making movies. I'm still going to be writing movies. Maureen says, come to New York City. I probably will. I bet I will at some point. I've been there several times. Um, Thanks, man. Well, thanks, JS24HB. Yeah, I'll probably go to New York City. I've been there. I like it. I like that there's a progressive, population there. There's also a lot of racism and misogyny and all kinds of problems. But there's a lot of progressivism there. I do like that. The police there they've improved, I guess, over the years, but they're still like, way too hardline, almost like a military force. But they got a lot going for them and very expensive to live. But it's a different energy there too. It really is. I've been in Manhattan several times. It really does feel like a different energy being there than here. What are people saying? Yeah, exactly. Mahash says, great, now the screen's flickering, so it's hard to read the comments. The comments are flickering when I touch the screen. What you're doing is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I hope it's flickering like a broken light bulb. I hope others follow. I hope others follow suit in gentrified areas across the U.S. Exactly. That's keyword. Get gentrification. I didn't realize what that was. When people talked about it before, I'm like, who cares? White people are moving in. What's the big deal? Now I realize the arrogance of saying that because it's not just white people moving in like they just want to move. It's like taking over neighborhoods. It's driving up housing prices. It's bringing police presidents there that don't aren't as tolerant on the low income people there. In other words, the low income black people, brown people, immigrants. It's making life difficult for businesses there that aren't run by white people. All kinds of stuff. So it is a kind of violence. So yes. Oh, now still flickering, so it's hard to read. But yes, I hope others follow suit in gentrified areas. Oh, now it's. I hope others follow suit in gentrified areas across the U.S. Do you aim to influence legislators and yield policy change? Do you have a movement going, or are you going at it alone? This is the movement. Whatever this is, I don't know. So maybe this will influence legislators. Maybe my Annandale video did a little bit to at least one person. I don't know. Maybe they didn't respect it at all. That's also probably likely. But this is the movement. I don't know. I want to affect. I don't know how to. You know, I don't know if it'll affect legislators, but I want people to be affected by this and by meeting me and seeing movies and go out on your own and learn about perspectives that you didn't know about. This is like a second skin. It's like I've had a skin transplant in my life from being conservative, which was just a natural fit for me to be this chauvinist, white conservative, to having these ideas now where it's like I've had to shed all those ideas and those people I used to think were angry, bitter lunatics who were complaining because they were so entitled and they wanted everything for them. Now I see those were the most thoughtful people, the ones who fought for the least able, and the ones who fought for people who could least defend themselves, and who fought for all of us to have decent lives and for our protections, and fought against militarism and violence and police violence. They're the ones who did that. But see, when you grow up in a culture, especially conservative, and also the media at large does it, CNN does it, they play into it, they play themselves when they do this stuff. They act like, well, it's just two sides. That you have the people who want to wipe out all black people, and then the people who think that would be bad or that it should wait 10 years. What do you think now that you've heard both sides, you know what the both sides of this issue is. So anyone who falls outside of that disgusting choice that they offer, and obviously that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's not altogether that much of it when we're talking about banning Muslims from America. They act like, oh, if you fall outside of that, you're just part of this small fringe. You don't really count. You go to one of your corner where you can discuss your ideas with the local hippies or with the local commune, and that's it. And so when they present that, everybody who's outside of that of those two sides seems like they're a lunatic, and that's the shame of these big networks who present political ideas and the parties and the politics of laws that are being passed. It's just okay. Here's the two sides, and whatever we say the two sides are, which we want to be reasonable. We don't want to be too critical of the government because we don't want to be seen as being biased against, say, wanting to kill half the population of the Arab world. Oh, we don't want to say the president's engaged in war crimes. That's a serious charge. Why? Because they want access. They want to be able to be comfortable with the president. So when they want to interview generals and the president, they'll sit down with them. They'll show up on their shows. They'll have comfortable appearances with them. They won't call them out on that stuff. And so it's this illusion of two sides when really you're being sort of given this what am I trying to say? It's like these acceptable boundaries that like, oh, this is where the conversations happens. Anything outside of that, it's not really part of the conversation. So those are just loonies talking about the lunatics they're talking about are the ones talking about decent wages, decent jobs, employers that have to treat their employees right, good transportation, cutting down on pollution, saving the planet, sustainable food sources, eliminating, reducing car accidents. Hey, maybe we should have some carless cities, cities without cars. Who knows? Maybe it would work. Better public transportation. Eliminating wars, police violence, white supremacy, affordable housing, housing for the homeless, affordable medical care, doing away with a lot of disease. Those are outside those acceptable boundaries that we discuss. So you don't want to do that because then you're against the politicians. And well, if I'm a respectable news anchor, I don't want to be against them. No, I'm just presenting the two sides fairly and letting everybody else decide. It's ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm catching up with comments now. Artari, you have opened my mind since I have watched your channel. Wow, you're more inspiring than you know. Wow, thank you. Very kind. Mahash, thank you. Wow, JS, thank you. Matt, I'll thank you. I appreciate it. It's kind of funny that you're typing whatever it is you're typing. I hope you're having a good time. Again, I don't know if it's the lotion on my fingers, but it's hard to read the comments because it's flickering. But Thrashed Finger says, after I stop living with my moms, I won't be paying rent, so I'll either have enough money to get my own place or die from homelessness. Okay, probably an exaggeration, I'm sure, but yeah, it's tough. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's hard to read comments because uh, they're not staying on the screen. Like, yeah. JS24 says mainstream media infuriates me. Nothing gets solved. All the waters get muddied. I think it's on purpose. Yeah, Mahash, man, Mahash speaking the truth. In Europe, and by the way, a lot of great things about living in Europe. We like to trash Europe here, but the reality is, so much of Europe is so much safer. Yes, there are huge problems there, like huge problems with unemployment, lots of racism, lots of right-wing racism, Nazism, white supremacy. That's all racism is, basically. But at least among white people. Mahash says, in Europe, ideas like yours are very popular in academia, and academia has direct influence on government. Exchange of critical, cultural, socially progressive ideas is valued and influences policy. Yeah, exactly. Here they discredit any dissenting voices. Right. So I think what we should do, look to other countries and model what works for them. So also in Europe, by the way, they have a more mature attitude about drinking alcohol. Here, it's this taboo thing. You got to be 21, and so everybody drinks underage. So it's a stupid law. And then on top of that, you can't walk out. In most parts of the country, there are few exceptions, like South Carolina, I think, except for like Charleston, maybe. You can walk out onto the street with an open container of alcohol. Most of the country, it's illegal. The police can ticket you or arrest you for it. You cannot walk outside with an open container of alcohol. You cannot have a beer bottle with beer in it and walk out onto the sidewalk. That's how pathetic we are. Um, Drugs, being more mature about that, although Europe has a problem with that too, but like Portugal, they mostly, I guess, like decriminalized or legalized it. Um, Prostitution, like we don't protect sex workers, and it's because we make it illegal for them to do their jobs, and so they get exploited, and it's horrible. Opiami says, I lived rent-free in a haunted house once, and a ghost called Guido. He refused to evict and kept misplacing my umbrella. Ah. All right. I would offer my couch, but I'm in Las Vegas. Hey, cool. Well, maybe I'll come by sometime. Ali D, yes. If you want that iPad, email me back because I do have it, and it is not cloud locked, as I mentioned. So yes, it is available. Sorry if I'm straining. I'm just struggling to read the comments because it's like flickering on screen. I can't get it to be steady. And now it is. But let's see if it stays that way. It depends which part of the screen I touch. Okay. Mahash says, you know what I notice? It's because there, meaning in Europe, they actually value social research. Yes. Researching who is struggling, who thinks what, which pockets of population need support, and design policy accordingly. Yes. So here, we literally trash the idea of people educated in college. And college is not for me, and I do trash college a lot personally. But as far as the idea of, oh, these liberals in their college helped make me more progressive. That really was the first time I kind of opened up into becoming more progressive. And it wasn't really anything specific. It was just literally getting to experience things without the bubble of conservatism and a religious school. But and even then, I was barely progressive. I'm just saying, like the first formations were there. The first cracks in my conservatism were forming. Yeah, we literally make fun of and deride the idea of like and I kind of do too, because a lot of those people are kind of up their own ass and insufferable, but of people who are well researched, like scientists and professors and people who are experts in their fields. We make fun of things like gender studies, and I used to too. But here's the thing: I did it without ever knowing anything about it, and history of like African history and history of white supremacy and stuff. They just we mock that like, oh, it's trivial, it's all a trash major, it doesn't do anything for anybody. We don't realize that that is actual history. That is the history when you teach that stuff. And we ignore it, and then we ignore the consequences of it, and we have all kinds of problems as a result of it. And also, the big thing is America, which is like the leader of climate change denial. It's horrible. And here in Vegas, you can walk with alcohol anywhere. Hey, that's good. Yeah. Here, Mahash says, here they don't give a shit about researching the street. Policy is made to support those already on top. Generalizations, yes, but for the most part, true. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. We ignore what makes sense in lieu of our hard-headed, chauvinistic ideas. And when I say us, it means everybody who's complicit with like conservatives. But conservatism pervades everywhere. People who are supposedly progressive and tolerant and liberal, a lot of them really are just conservative people. Like they're chauvinistic. They'll only hang around white people. It creeps me out when I see large groups of white people out. Like, do you all not believe in hanging out with non-white people? Um, People only hang out with other white people, other rich people, people who they don't believe in climate change or don't think it's serious. They don't want to change anything. They believe like you should endure and inflict pain because it's the righteous thing to do. Like, well, I worked 3 jobs, so why shouldn't you? Why should anyone have to work 3 jobs? They act like that's just how it is. Uh, as psychoanalysis has it, many jokes stem from fear, like when bullies target difference. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. So, yes, making fun of gender studies and feminism protects the status quo by othering them in some way. That's exactly right. That's what I did. But the funny thing is, again, I can say this because I was a conservative. You actually challenge conservatives on this. A lot of them don't even know what gender studies classes are or majors are, or what Black history is, or what that major is, or what climate change. They literally don't even know what those things are. So many people don't even know what evolutionary theory is. About half the country believes the Earth was created 6 to 10,000 years ago. Not just the Earth, the whole universe. They don't believe in evolution. Evolution is happening right now. It's how life works. It's understanding it is understanding how we can make medicine, how we can combat disease, how we can make food. They don't even believe in that because they say, "Oh, it's the elites in their liberal bubbles in college." The elites, those supposed elites, it's because they're educated because they actually learned about history. Hey Caleb, welcome. I remember Caleb. I remember your name. I don't remember what we. What, oh, I remember you're in the Navy. Yes. Okay. Cool. Thanks for joining. So yeah, I've been going on another rant about the state of our world. Caleb, thank you for the $1 chipping in. Nice. Oh, my hand hurts from holding this. It's so annoying. Oh, now the comments are staying on screen without me touching it. Good. Think of all the fun. Okay, so JS24 says, think of all the fundraisers for climate change or cancer where millions get raised but never applied to solutions. I don't know exactly about those, but I can imagine it because, first of all, so much money, what does it go to around here? Military, generals, war, defense contractors, private contractors, private soldiers who are allowed to do things that the military can't do because of their rules and regulations. Secret prisons, black sites, bombs, fighter jets, uh, submarines, battleships, cruisers, stealth planes, all these weapons, military bases around like 150 countries. Why? There's no good reason for it. It's like a bunch of frat boys gone wild and running our military policy. Ooh, I want the biggest weapons and the biggest bombs and the biggest battleships. I want to destroy the whole world 100 times over and have enough nuclear bombs for it. That's what they have, basically. It's pathetic and ridiculous. Thanks, Caleb. Caleb says that's my thing. Every time I drop by, I'll drop $1. Hey, well, I appreciate you. Everybody, too, click the like button if you haven't already. That helps get this video shared on YouTube because YouTube's algorithm sees that and it says, like, oh, this video is getting more engagement, so we should share it because people are actually watching it. So we're not just sharing, like, a useless video that people aren't going to want to watch. Uh, yeah, we could have a lot more. And Angela or Anheya, I don't think you meant to ask this, but you said, "What do I think of Kanye West?" You literally said, "What do I think of Kanye West launching a clothesline exit?" I believe. So Anheya literally asked, "What do I think of it?" Like she asked of herself. Or I'm sorry if I don't know if you're. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm still ranting about how expensive it is to live, white supremacy, white military power structures, the military, all that stuff. Uh, Anyways, and I'm saying I don't want to contribute to that, and I'm part of the problem being here, so I want to boycott the DC area because it's too expensive. Not obviously everybody, like obviously a lot of people are exploited by it. Um, it but there's so many rich people around here, and it's like, why would you willingly choose to live around here if you have the money to go somewhere else that's cheaper, that's not keeping your neighbor's property values high, meaning keeping making the prices high to live around here. That makes it more congested. If you're not making your poor neighbors, not like neighbors, probably more like people live in the next city over or the other side of the city, because if you're rich, and you live in a big home, your neighbors are probably gonna be fairly well off too. Um, why would you choose to live here when you could go somewhere cheaper and you could make it easier for other people to live here who have low incomes, who don't have a good place to live, who are spending all their money on rent and medical bills and groceries, and who need government assistance? Why are you doing that? So I'm part of that problem. I've been trying to get by saying, well, maybe I'll make a ton of money and then I'll be one of those people who enjoys the benefits of that here too. I've decided, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to work my job still, make a lot of videos, work on screenplays, work on my Spanish. I want to be around Hispanic people more and get my Spanish improved that way, and exercise and be healthy. And when I save enough money, quit my job, make videos around the country, and see where it lands me. I don't know, and I'll try and make them with my mom, however I can. But I want to be able to work with filmmakers I know around the country, and which isn't a ton of them, but and also I'll meet a bunch of people. I already know, like I'll meet people I can work with. So I'm looking forward to that. I really want to. And hey, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but don't worry. No, it's fine. I don't have any opinion on it. Yeah, it's purposely done that way to condition and control the lower classes. Right. And Harola says it's like a good old boys club. Exactly. That's how it is. So you may be directly, like sort of the elite leadership who, is sort of gaming this system, like lobbyists and powerful politicians and, you know, generals, all that stuff. Cool. Found me from Logic. Yeah, Logic's super awesome guy. Grew up in Gaithersburg, not far from here. He grew up super poor too. But and he has a great message, by the way. His song about now I can't remember the name of it. He performed it at the VMAs, I believe, where it was the music video. It had Luis Guzman in it, I think. Yeah, and Michael Pena. The video and the performance was all about no, not 1-800, not the suicide prevention song, although that one's great too. But the one where it was a duet, like he had another artist singing in it. And in the performance at the VMAs, I believe he had a bunch of Hispanic people there and it was like he had a wall up on stage and he had everyone reunite as if like, I think he had a shirt that said like F the wall. So he was showing like, hey, welcome immigrants here. So I appreciated that. Really good message. But yeah, exactly. It's like it's done that way. So whether you're at the top or whether you're just kind of benefiting from it or coasting from it, or whether you're trying to succeed at this system, it's like either way you're accepting it as like, well, that's how it is, and either you can get on top or you're going to try and work your way there. And if you're poor, it's like, oh, I just need more time to do it. I've realized, okay, I'm not going to be able to do it around here, so I want to change something. So I don't want to be contributing to the high prices around here. I'm personally contributing just by paying rent here, buying groceries, and being on this driving the streets. So I want to get away from that. I'm going to save money. Who knows how long? Because really, I did the math, and yeah, Caleb, you know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of the song. Right? It's like Dream or something or One Day. Um, but anyways, even 6 months, I did the math. It's really not even going to be much. I paid off my credit card. Forget about saving money. I'm not really going to have anything saved. It's just paying off my credit card is a priority. I won't even unless something changes. So that's why I'm trying to push the videos really hard. Um, I'm and try and find different stuff for videos. I want to and be active with other people. Find people who can motivate me, who can give me ideas for videos. I want to do a live video with Moist Andy. I don't know why I haven't thought of that before. We got to do one. So I want to save money, and then when I can, take my stuff and move to a different area and stay in couches, different places, and take advantage of having the freedom to be able to do that and to affect other people and to learn and to share that message on here that you know try not to support the racist white power structure. That it's so weird saying that because to me, like 10 years ago, or maybe more than 10 years ago, but even, yeah, even 10 years ago, I would have felt like a lunatic saying that. Like, oh, that's just the cartoonish caricature you see in movies of protesters, and they're just the angry people who just are entitled. Now I'm realizing that's the world. Like that is how the U.S. has operated since before it was even formed, and how it's spread around the world. It's spread its white supremacy around the world and devastated other countries. But how you can make some difference in getting people not to tolerate treating others so badly, in helping empower others to have more affordable housing, to have better transportation, to cut down on pollution. Hey, we can have great jobs with renewable energy, with solar energy, with I don't know, however else, whatever other kind of energy that's safe, that's renewable, that's not going to put a bunch of carbon in the atmosphere, not going to destroy the oceans, make the sea waters rise, ocean levels rise, not going to destroy crops and create famine and spread disease and make the world impoverished. We can do all kinds of things like that. You know, it's funny, Harola, you say you should look into Seattle or Portland, although starting to get expensive there. Oh, I thought you were mentioning specifically those cities because of rising sea levels. I got it in my head, but I realized you probably weren't mentioning that specifically. Although I read that one of those cities might be good for when climate change really kicks into gear, and one might not be so good. I can't remember. But yeah, I want to check out those cities, even though there's a lot of racism in both of them. Believe me, I read up on what goes on there. They're not as progressive as they like to portray themselves as. That's why I say a lot of people supposedly progressive, really, they're like they may be horrible. They may be abusers. They may be as intolerant as anybody, and they just put on a progressive face. But anyways, yeah, definitely want to check out both cities. And actually, Portland, I want to be at in a specific time for a specific reason. I won't get into. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I know of something I want. Uh, I know of a. I won't get into it, but I don't want it to sound weird or anything. But I know of a project, a film project. That I may want, to, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Really, it may be coming up too soon. I'm not sure, but there's some filmmakers I'd like to work with there. Yeah, Amazon has started taking over. Yeah, Amazon, sure, making life convenient and also positioning themselves to take a lot of control over everyone's life. And as we've seen, there was a huge campaign to get them to pay their employees $15 an hour. Oh, they found the money to. Imagine that. They somehow managed to find the money. One of the biggest corporations in the world. And yet, even when they did that, they screwed over employees by taking away other bonuses, like their stock options. So, what the hell? Jeff Bezos could pay everybody like, $75 an hour. What? I don't know. He could pay everyone a huge amount, have very happy employees. That's what I don't get. It's like he's shooting himself in the foot. There's a weird, like self-destructive quality to people, to companies that are so greedy and selfish. They don't understand. Like, yes, it is a ton of money you spend when you're paying employees more, But if they would do that, they would be the most loved company in the world. Everybody would look at them like, dude, look at this company. They pay you amazing wages. They treat you well. You get time off, all that stuff. I don't expect every company to be able to do that everywhere, obviously. I'm lucky my boss has always paid me well. She always believed in that. I've been to places where I make crap pay. Fortunately, where I'm at now, and it's almost embarrassing. Like, why would I, as an adult, want to be paid such a low wage at a lot of the big companies? I did that rant about Safeway, paying like nine something dollars an hour for hard work. That's like me saying like, hey, I know I'm pretty much worthless. I just need to work a little bit and make a tiny bit of money. Yeah, and expensive. I believe that. Yeah, strength could come from happy employees. I absolutely believe that. If you have happy employees, think about it. If they're not insecure about their, like housing insecure, meaning they're not on the brink of homelessness, like I kind of have been. If they're not worried about, how they're going to pay groceries, provide for their families and stuff, those are great employees. They stick around the longest. They don't steal as much. They, you know, they don't call out sick as much. They're the best employee. Don't you want that for your company? Don't you want to be on the top, on the front of newspapers and websites saying like, we have the greatest, saying this is the greatest company to work for. They pay so well. They train you. You're not given too many hours, but you're given all the hours you need. You're not given too few hours, which is a shame. A lot of companies do that. I worked at a company that did that, and same thing with Moist Andy. He works at Amazon. They won't let him work more than 30 hours a week. So he was working two jobs for a while. Um, yeah, it's so stupid. It's so short sighted. It's like he's poisoning himself. Why not just pay people well? Yes, you lose money. I guess that's the answer is he cares more about money than about people. Because you could easily have the happiest employees and still get filthy rich, but you'd help the world out. Anyways, I could go on all day. My voice is starting to get hoarse. Yeah, they're selfish and impatient. They want costs low and all the profit in their own accounts. And also, I'm sure it's a function of being a publicly traded company. Stockholders won't put up with, like, they want their stock prices to stay high, and however all that goes, all that crap. Um, yeah, he's greedy. I agree. How could you, in good conscience, know you have the money? Here's the difference between him and me. I'm not trying to portray myself as anything. I'm not portraying myself as anything like, like better than someone else. But so I won't say the difference between him and me. What I'm saying is, how can he tolerate having the ability to alleviate so many problems with just his money? People have talked about it. He could replace all the pipes in Flint, Michigan, get clean water to the people there who have lead still in their water, and it's poisoning them and killing them. And how can you live? It must be devastating to have children there and knowing they're dealing with this poison water, knowing your children. You can't even have safe water for your children. Jeff Bezos could replace all the pipes there. He could fix all that if he wanted, and still be rich enough to, have hundreds of billions of dollars. He could provide food for whatever. He could provide housing for whatever. Such big populations, 10 times over, and still have hundreds of billions of dollars. He won't do it. How could he do that? What I'm doing, with what little difference I have, with what privilege I have, barely getting by, hoping I don't get sick, hoping whatever this, that, doesn't fall apart, hoping that my job still stays in place, which I'm not worried about my job, going anywhere, is showing with my YouTube videos just one little difference, which is make some difference any way you can. Just talk to other people about ideas that they need to know about to be more conscious of, how we're exploiting people, the poor, black people, brown people, immigrants, Native Americans, refugees, Arabs, people around the world, that we occupy military bases around the world. And even the military, we don't treat that well. Workers, the young, the old, the sick. My goodness, being sick here one day can be enough to put you in debt the rest of your life. Talk to someone about it. Let them know. Get them activated. But also with my videos, I want to show, okay, just showing I'm fed up. I don't want to support this area, at least. Too elitist, too rooted in arrogance and white supremacy. So I want to change. I don't want to support landlords. I want to make it a little bit harder. I want to change, where money goes around here. A little more towards art and self improvement and invest in these videos. Less towards, and also affecting people's ideas. Less towards paying a landlord anywhere, not just my landlord now, but anywhere where that money is going to their mortgage. That mortgage helps keep prices high for rents and homes around here because nobody's going to just drop their rental rate around here if they know they can charge a lot more. And so as a result, it's incredibly expensive. Barely anyone can afford a home. You basically have to be a millionaire like by the time you're 29 if you want to be married and own a home and have a family around here. It's pretty much literally that. And then if you want a car and you're going to have to commute far and you're going to have to deal with a ton of traffic and spend a ton of money in groceries and on and on. And it's only like exponentially growing worse and worse. And in the meantime, we're not addressing any big problems. People are still getting sick. People are still going homeless. People still can't afford to live. People still can have to work 2 jobs just to get by. So I don't want to participate in that. So maybe my example will motivate somebody else. And I want to start going to other places, see what it's like, meet like-minded people. Yeah, I'll have a good time. It's not going to be just a struggle. I'll have fun with it. I'll meet people I like, meet filmmakers, and expand my filmmaking. And my mom will, be a part of that along the way, even though she'll be here. But however, even if I have to just do videos with her on the phone, and who knows, I'll visit and then figure out where I want to live. But I do know I want to make it across the country. I really don't like driving. Who knows? Maybe at some point it'd be nice. It's not possible now. Hey, thank goodness I have a working car that's reliable. But at some point, I would like a better car because really, what's part of what's dangerous about driving my car and stressful, it does not go that fast. So it's hard when you're driving on the highway and you have to speed up quick and you have to change lanes kind of quickly sometimes. I cannot catch up to traffic. So that'll be nice to get a little more powered car. Hey, maybe one day I'll get a Tesla Model 3 because those are supercars, super safe, and then I never have to go to the gas station again. Elon Musk seems like a terrible guy, but he makes a great car. Yeah, from the top down. Ask could. Oh, great. So JBS, I was reading your message, and then YouTube retracted it because it assumed it was spam. I think, or I don't know if maybe you deleted it, but I think it assumed it was spam. But you weren't even saying anything inappropriate. Um, yeah, maybe get an electric car. Maybe some other electric car will be available that's even cheaper by the time I can get a new car. That'll be a good car to live in. Yeah, from top down, all could be affected. Exactly. So that's the message JB was saying that, or JS24 was saying before YouTube blocked it. Um, but maybe I'll get an electric car again. Elon Musk, he says and does horrible things. He does have a great car. So maybe a Model 3 at some point. That's a lot of money. It's like really base minimum is 35,000. Then you've got to find a place to charge it. So you need a home for it. That's the other problem. So it's like if I'm just couch surfing, I don't have a home to charge it in. So I would need to charge it elsewhere or in stores that have electric charging stations or supercharger stations, which you have to pay for. This is fine, I guess. I mean, as long as it's not too expensive, but anyway, I'd like an electric car, even if it's not making a huge difference, like in the environment, as far as not burning up oil and emitting carbon. It's still like it's kind of getting other car makers to think, oh, we got to get in on this because it's the safest car around. There's so many other luxuries with it. You have more room to pack. You have so many more features and options. It's so fast. Anyways, um, so that's another thing I'm thinking. But at least just some decent car. But hey, if I had to live in a car, I would do it in a Tesla. Also, you can leave the heat running or the air conditioning running, and it's not like in a car now it's burning up gas and wearing down your engine. So you could just do it, and I don't know if there's much downside to it other than you're just wearing down the battery, but it's not as costly as doing it uh, in a gas-powered car. But yeah, that's what I want is motivate people, and I trust that these videos will and get people thinking about how to change things. And it's just the people I meet, just turning them on to ideas. I already have, people that, open to ideas that excite them. And especially when people hear that I'm protesting landlords, who doesn't hate paying landlords? It's just nobody thinks about, not nobody, I won't say that, because there are a lot of people who think about it. But in general, people don't think they can get, there's any way around it. For most of my life, I haven't thought that. Um, yeah, exactly, Artari. That'd be nice if you travel across the country talking about this and interviewing this people about this all. Yeah, that too. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll talk to politicians about it, like Bernie Sanders or something. You know, they'll be saying like, "Yes, Angelo, you're exactly right on. We need people like you." Van life, rent free. I don't know if I'm a van person. The movie I Heart Huckabees comes to mind. Concerned about burning fuel, saving the environment, and ourselves. I'm interested in seeing that. That actually came out in the movie theater when I was working at the theater, but I never saw it. I saw a few minutes of it on TV. Um, oh, my throat is getting sore. And what time is it? 1:23 in the morning. Wow. So I don't know if I'm so like I'm enjoying this now, but and I got 20 likes. So cool. Thanks. 17 people still watching. Good for you guys. Again, for people who maybe didn't see, and my phone, even though I've been charging my phone, it's slowly losing the charge. So I've got a lot of stuff already out of my room in my car. I bought that storage container from Home Depot tonight. My computer's going in it, so I'm going to get a laptop. The Coffee Break Screenwriter. Buy this book if you're interested in screenwriting. Pilar Alessandra. You can see her interviews on Film Courage on YouTube, and she has a website and Twitter and everything. Writing your script 10 minutes at a time. So that's going to be helpful for me since I'm busy. Got other books there, books about bouncers because I want to write a movie about being a bouncer or about a bouncer. I'm a bouncer too. But a lot of stuff's in my car, so I got to drop that off to my mom's house, come back, get the rest of this stuff. As you can see, it's really not much. That's the big item right there. And then maybe I can fit this in the same time too, but I'm not dropping this off at her house, the printer and paper, because I got two more small boxes there. The table is not mine, so I'm leaving this here. This table is mine. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Probably, I guess bring it to my mom's house. That I would have to, well, I don't know. It's not too big, actually. I've had this table, by the way, since like, I don't know, 1999 or something. Maybe before that. It's got, like, yeah, you can see it's torn up, and it's got like writing from when I was a kid under there. I won't show that, but one of my friends wrote under there too, stuff. But yeah, not a ton of stuff. The bed I'm leaving here. It's my lamp. That table is my landlord's. Those chairs belong to my landlord. Those are cool director's chairs. I'll bring that. The weights I'm dropping off at my mom's house. The DVDs and the DVD player. But everything else here is my landlord's. Oh, and my lights. So this one here, I guess I'll fold that up, collapse it, and this one too. Oh, and I'll take down my poster board. But tomorrow's my last day. That's it. I'm really excited. I got a lot of dust here I got to sweep up. Oh, and everybody, make sure you have one of these on your computer. Backup power supply. It's called UPS, uninterruptible power supply. So if the power goes out, it'll give you another 15 or 20 minutes to shut down your computer so it doesn't short out or you don't lose documents or anything. Not a ton of stuff here. That's basically it. A little few things in the bathroom. And when I'm living, I could get a food truck with my mom and travel around the country. Yeah, she would drive me insane. Congratulations on the move out from that. My mom is so horrible to deal with anywhere we have to go, asking where are we, how long is it going to take, what are we doing, all that stuff. But all I'm going to have at that place I'm moving in to, staying on my clothes, backpack with my bathroom items, and other stuff I can keep in my car. And I will have oatmeal, a bowl, and peanut butter and raisins for making breakfast. Maybe some raw food if anyone lets me, like salad, canned fish. But what I'm realizing is even those groceries, you don't save much money on those groceries. Like canned fish, it's healthy, but I could. Well, you do save it buying in restaurants, but like I get half price meals at my job. I could just buy like meals at my job, and it's basically the same price as groceries for the most part, and I'm saving the benefit of cooking it myself. So it sucks how expensive it is. I got to figure out ways to get free meals too. I was looking that up online too. I almost said Googling it, but I don't Google anymore. I use DuckDuckGo, really good search engine that protects your privacy. And it's very powerful. And it doesn't, unlike Google, it doesn't track everything you do and store it and then use it to serve ads to you. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. JS24 says, very admirable. We'll definitely be following and sharing and promoting. Wanting the best for you along this path. Thanks. Yeah. And now I can read comments easier, finally. That reminds me, I should probably switch to an unlimited data plan on my phone, especially if I live stream more from my phone. I may have to limit the length of live streams, but that's good too. Hey, I shouldn't be doing 2 hour live streams every day because really I got stuff I need to do that, as fun as this is, it needs to wait because I do need to do stuff that I can still do live streams. It just won't be as long. Get my DVD. Oh, well, I already showed that. Get my DVDs out here in DVD player. A little vacuum there. The good thing about also having hardwood floors, or I don't know what the difference hardwood and what other kind of wood is there? Softwood, but having wood floors instead of carpet. A lot of times when you leave an apartment or a room and you have a carpet, like when I was in Annandale, they want you to shampoo the carpet before you leave. So what that means is you usually have to rent a carpet shampooer from a hardware store or like Home Depot and then shampoo it, even if it already looks clean. Like I probably could have gotten away with not doing that. I was lucky to do it when I did because I was short on time in Annandale to get my deposit back. But here I don't have a carpet. I just got this little rug right here, so that's it. I'll just clean that. And I wish I had a proper vacuum for it, but that's fine. I can just beat that. You just beat it outside on the curb, and that's how you clean it. Um, yeah, so not a ton of stuff. My car's filled up right now, so I'm gonna actually, I should go because I want to get up early, drop off stuff at my mom's house before she gets home, and and then come back, fill up my car with everything else I have here, everything else that I can fit, and then go to her house and have it ready. So once she gets home, because I'm gonna have to make a lot of trips back and forth from my car to get everything. I can only fit so much in two hands. Is hurry up, go inside her home, and drop everything off, and then I'm gonna do a live video telling you all. So be there, probably around 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, maybe 3:30 or so, and I'm gonna tell her live what my plan is, what I'm doing. She doesn't know right now, so she thinks basically it's like my room's getting painted or something because I didn't want to tell her I'm moving. She would just yell at me about it. So she thinks like, oh, my room's getting painted. And she's like, wow, I can't wait to see what they do to your room. So I'm going to tell her what I'm actually doing, and I want you all to be there live. So probably around 3 o'clock or so, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. But I should get going so I can be ready to do all that tomorrow. So this is it. Finally, glad to be getting out of here. Oh my goodness, well, it's about time. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support, all the likes, all the comments, and I'm going to be doing more live videos probably for a while because that's the easiest way to get them done without, and I'm going to be short on time driving around to the gym, to the library, to study, so in other places where I want to meet people and meet filmmakers. So I went to a film event the other day. I was so glad to be at it and see other filmmakers and talk to people about movies. It was a little discussion about visual filmmaking. That's it, by a film director. I was so glad to be there that and I could be talking, and I was so excited to be talking about film with other people. I was like, man, I got to be doing this more. The problem is I work nights, so I can't really go to a lot of film events and film festivals. I used to volunteer at them. So I want to do that more. I can't do it just yet because I got to keep working, but we'll see. I'm going to keep pushing out the videos. So keep watching for live streams because I'm going to be doing more of those. Maybe I'll do them with my mom, maybe with Moist Andy as well. Whenever he's around, he does his own thing, so I can't always get him around in a timely manner. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more live streams.